You alright, guys? Let me just get the links out, and then we can get straight into it. There we go. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good morning. Now we're getting a little bit of movement to the downside, so we could get a potential quick short. I was looking at a short on FTM. Yeah, I think I'm gonna take a quick short on FTM. Let's do it. Ba-ba-da-ba-ba. Let's see what we can get. Yeah, so we've gone short on FTM. We are up. Yeah, we're up at 10% currently, so not too bad. Yeah, things look like they're gonna come down again, potentially move towards this trend line, and just get this trend line done a bit clearer. Here we go. But yeah, there's that just joining us. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yeah, so we are short on FTM for anyone that's just joining us. Seeing if we can get this move down. Looking relatively weak. Currently at some support here though. As you can see, it's kind of an area. But yeah, just very little volume. Let's have a little look at this. Yeah. Um, could see a little bit of a push up. We were looking at a level about 103.6 holding as next resistance if we did make that push up higher. So we could get another dip in crypto. Keep a close eye on things. Even if we just come here, won't be too bad. Thank you for the likes. So, I mean, we had 2 attempts at pulling in a long position here on Ape. I was looking relatively good, so I'm getting a nice bull flag here. Pole, bull. Um, got a little bit of a breach, but things just came back in. Double top here. And then by the time we woke up, I mean, our stop loss just got cut out. So we took a small L. Sometimes you win some, sometimes you lose some. Was looking good, but yeah, things turned around. Still does look good. Yeah, still holding on to here. So we'll see how things kind of develop. If Bitcoin follows the scenario that we mentioned in our update yesterday, then yeah, we're not looking too bad. Things should start moving back up again. Yeah, it's red across the board. So I'm going to look at the other markets in all fairness. Okay, so I mean, yeah, last week was very nice. Pulled in some very nice profit on oil. I mean, we got a nice rebound off this previous area of support. So some nice and very nice reaction from the buy sides on that follow through. So I mean, we could get a continuation. Tapped into that liquidity right there. Previous structure. Now we're holding on to new level. So could actually see a break. Start pushing towards there. That's already come tested there as well. So I'm looking too bad. Just very weak buy side coming here. Let's have a little look at gold. bit of a break. Could actually look at a short here. Double top. Looks quite good. I'm going to take a short here on gold. Give it a little bit more of that room. Does look good. I'm going to go for that breakout. Come on, give me some movement. By the way, guys, anyone that's just joining us, feel free to touch base with us in the chat. Just scouting out some trades. So we're in short on gold, short on FTM. Let's see if we can get something. Yeah, gold's looking relatively nice, breaking through that trend line. So we'll see whether we can make that push towards kind of this level here. As well as that 200 on the 1 hour. It's quite a nice level, but we've got these 2 points that we need to break through. But this is looking relatively good. Got that double top just there. Yeah, things are looking like we can make that move. Currently just coming into profit now, so good morning from Lithuania. Good morning. Yeah, feel free to ask us anything, any TA that you want us to go over. Doesn't need to be crypto, it can be FX, commodities, equities, stocks. More than happy to touch base. But yeah, just having a little look through what looks good and what doesn't. Let's have a look at. Hey, greetings, please. I want to find my account. What do you mean by that, Justice? Do you want to create an account? If that's the case, then you'll have to message me privately. So because TradingView doesn't allow content creators to say anything or advertise or market um any like third party businesses. So yeah, if you're wanting to open a exchange or an account for an exchange so you can get started to trade, I can give you some help in that. But just message me privately on TradingView, and then I can guide you that way. I won't get banned that way. Could you please double check pound dollar for shorts? Yes, of course I can, mate. Pound dollar. Let's have a little look. Yeah, I mean, let me have a little look at the economic calendar that we've got currently. So, yeah, so we got Andrew Bailey speaking, don't we? Today and tomorrow. And obviously, I mean, CPI went up. Mm. See, on the higher time frame, it doesn't look good for a short. See how we're coming to this point. We tested. We're making that push up again. A very quick short is good. It does look good, to be fair. Very quick and short position. Literally just play it to there. Very quick. It's not giving you the best risk reward. I mean, you can set it literally just above that point. It's not looking too bad. Let me have a little look on the lower time frame if we can get. Yeah, looks good to go just to that next level. It's not going to be a large move. That's your liquidity area right there, and that lines up quite nicely with that 100. So that's how things are playing out right now. Yeah, that's how I would set it up. Could actually get a short here. We're gonna go short as well. It's a nice pick just to be nice and quick. So pound USD. Let's have a little look. Okay. Nice call, nice call, nice call. I like it. What's my stop? 1.2255. TP. Yeah, I literally just played a TP to this liquidity area just there. 1.2152. 2152. Bam. It's got a good risk reward. Be nice and quick, just in and out. Yeah, it's not looking too bad. Good call, good call. TP 1215. Yeah, I've got it at 1.2152. But yeah, that's cool. I like to be a little bit more pessimistic with my targets, but I mean it's a minor difference really. Yeah, I'd literally just play it to that area there. You still got a couple of levels to kind of break. But there will definitely, I mean, there's definitely going to be movement. Andrew Bailey speaks today as well as tomorrow, so yeah, like it. Well done, thank you. Smashing it. Yeah, so we gone. This is breaking through, so nicely in profit now on gold. Those that are just joining us, welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for the likes as well. Thank you for the follows. Yeah, it's officially the London Open. got in on a few trades here, so we're in short on FTM, we're in short on gold, nicely in profit, and we've just taken a short on pound dollar. Now we're looking at a break through this level here. Let's see how far we can go. We do need to break through that level there. It's going to be a relatively very quick short term move. It's nice entry, nice risk reward. It's a good chance. Yeah. Let's go. See if we can cash in on something. I mean, crypto is looking relatively weak as well. Yeah, this is starting to push up nicely. So we'll see how well it can hold. Now, in yesterday's update, for those that haven't watched, just bear in mind no updates get sent on TradingView, only live streams. But we did send one out. Or we done an update yesterday on the market. Okay, this is how we're thinking or looking at things playing out in the crypto space. Anyway, it's the final week of the month, final week of the first quarter of the year. So I mean, not expecting huge moves. We get the majority of the strong data to come out in this week on Thursday and Friday, which is the European CPIs as well as the US PCE prices. Okay, so I'm looking at things just structuring and holding and pushing, and then come Thursday, Friday, that's where we get a move either to break up higher or we're breaching through this trend line and actually coming down lower back towards this area of support. Now, this is your tighter range, as you can see from top to bottom. Let me just get rid of that. Okay, and then you've got your much wider range, which is about 30,000, where we're looking at next decent resistance. After that, we could push anywhere towards 32 if the data goes hand in hand. On the lower side, we can be pushing anywhere between 25 and 24,500 as kind of your wider support. But yeah, majority of price action is going to happen within here. And then so when we get the next big data point, we'll get decent reaction depending on obviously what the data is telling us, and we're either pushing past or breaking out this tighter range towards kind of these stronger targets. But yeah, the update that we sent out on Friday is an important update because we do go over some of the projections as well as the data that we've got, and we can see and build up an argument and a picture as to how disconnected market expectations are from Fed expectations for the year. So if you've not watched that, it's really useful. Go and touch on that. Okay, we do just we obviously use data from the CME group and the projections from there for the interest rates. Obviously, kind of what's been said by Jerome Powell in those FOMC meetings, as well as the testimony that we had 2 weeks ago. So yeah, I mean the markets and the Fed is completely worlds apart. The market is very optimistic, pricing in an actual rate cut this year. The Fed hasn't even put that in its base case for a rate cut. So the way that kind of things are looking is the market is setting itself up for kind of the bubble to be burst. If the CPI data and kind of the economic data coming out of the US does not get better, and by the looks of it, I mean last CPI's readings month on month are seeing revivals. You just seen UK inflation go up, European inflation also looking at reviving. We just got 0.5% from the ECB. Things are not looking good. So yeah, things are setting up for a big burst if that data does not come in nice. So your CPI coming in next month is a very, very important CPI reading. Um, that could essentially be a catalyst for markets to actually start breaking down. If the headline year-on-year figure actually, I mean, doesn't move at all or increases, markets are going to sell off heavily. Also, just bear in mind April and May, months of the year, are normally red months. So everything's kind of lining up quite nicely for a massive sell-off. Now, I mean, it's not 100% if the data, if inflation really does come down heavily, then, I mean, obviously markets are going to take well to that, as they have been. Again, they are very optimistic. Very optimistic, so any good data that pushes a narrative for a Fed pause or a Fed cut, they're going to take to that very, very well. I mean, the Fed they're expecting peak terminal rates, or the terminal rates are peak at 5.25, currently at 5%, right? So that gives you room for another rate hike come in May. Markets, the projections for market expectations for that interest rate decision come in May is something like 88% or something, to come in at zero, so an actual pause. So the data needs to come in better, and a lot better, significantly better, that CPI reading next month, for that to be the case, or to kind of be in the realistic realm for the Fed to actually do that. But yeah, as mentioned, I mean, we discussed all of those options and those scenarios in the update that we sent out on Friday. So yeah, go and check that out. It's important. We also do talk about this potential scenario of a Fed pivot and an actual rate cut, which would essentially be a banking crisis, which is not good for risk on assets. So there's no good scenario, if that makes sense, for a rate cut. The Fed isn't even considering cutting rates for the whole of the year. So the expectation is another 0.25 increase come in May, and then the Fed to actually hold it at 5.25 for the rest of the year 2023. And again, just as mentioned, the market expectation projections are not pricing that in. Thank you for the follows as well as the likes, guys. Very much appreciated. Let's see what we can get here. I mean, Bitcoin's kind of holding a little bit, kind of got this key level of resistance support. So we'll see whether we can kind of breach, come down here, rebound, and then slowly push up. Again, in the update that we sent out yesterday, we're just expecting a slow move towards this top, towards kind of big data point days, which is Thursday or Friday of this week, and then see an actual move play out. As you can see, I mean, volume's completely died off, so that's how I'm expecting just a very low volume increase in prices, and then things just to give way and actually come down. But again, not expecting too much for the final week of the month as well as the final week of the quarter, but you never know. Okay, how are we looking? It's not too bad. This is pushing up nicely, so we'll see whether we can break through this point here. If we can, we should see some of these, well, at least crypto kind of come down. Would be nice. Those that are just joining us, welcome, welcome, welcome. Feel free to touch base with us in the chat. Any TA that you want us to go over, just type it in. We're more than happy to go over and check it out. It doesn't need to be crypto, anything, FX, equities, commodities, stocks. It's all good. But yeah, let's see what we can get. Oh, that's what I was going to say. We're in short on gold, short on FCM. and short on pound dollar. Um, yeah, let's see what we can get. Things are looking okay. Again, I don't see crazy moves. I think it's going to be a relatively slow day, um, slow morning, but we'll see what we can get here anyway. I mean, you can place it right there, place it to that trend line. Just place it right there. It's not too bad. How are we looking? A little bit of movement. This is starting to push up a little bit. Have a look on the level time for if we can get anything. It's okay. See if we can hold on to this level here. Ideally, hold as resistance and come back down. Not looking too bad. Not looking too bad. Just seeing a little bit of a push up here. It's not too bad. Ferdosh, hello, welcome, good morning. See what we can get, yeah. Um, it's a fresh new week, I guess. It's Monday. See if we can start the week off proper. Would be nice. Again, as mentioned, I mean, it's the final week of the month, final week of the quarter. So yeah, I'm not expecting lots of moves and opportunities. Um, but I guess we'll see. FTM's just in profit, round about break even. It's nothing too crazy. This is slightly in loss as it's kind of pushing back up and testing. Ideally, we wanted to hold this previous level of support as a new resistance. That would be nice. But yeah, I mean, we'll keep a close eye on things. This pound dollar's moving very, very slow. Ideally holding on to this level here would be nice. Yeah, it's not looking too bad. Pretty weak buy side. Slowly but surely, guys. Slowly but surely. Ellie the dog. Hello. Yeah, very slow price action. Nothing too insane right now. This looks good though. This looks good. Seen a bit of volume pickup right there. Patience, patience, patience. Please check LDO. Yeah, I can check that for you, mate. Just get a new chart up. Let it load up and then I can. I'll have a tab free. Mikey Solis, hi bro, hello, welcome. Feel free to ask us anything in the chat, mate. If you want us to have a look at any alts, any FX pairs, more than happy to touch base on that. Let's see what we can get this morning. Now, for those that are just joining us, guys, we're in on a short position on gold, short position on FTM, short position on pound dollar. LDO, right? So Binance, which gold looks like it's pushing up a little bit high here, so needs to just keep a close eye on that. Okay, so what we got? LDO, right? I mean, it's found support at an area of confluence, right? Just new to trading. Have always made long-term holds, but I want to start making day-to-day trades. Any tips? Okay, so it's a different ball game when you're trading comparing it to investing, right? Which I think that's what you mean by long-term holds. Yeah, just you need to go in with a plan. And just be ready to fail. I mean, a decent amount of times. Things are volatile. So yeah, it's a journey. Just take your time, um, and go in with a plan. Essentially, you just need a plan with every trade. So make sure that you're planning out each trade very nicely. Take profits, your stop loss. Um, yeah, get the fundamentals. Okay, the fundamentals in terms of long term investing are a bit different to um, investing. Sorry, to trading. Okay, so LDO USD, right? Okay, so we got decline in volume here. So found support. So let me have a little look on the lower time frame. Could get right just because we're at this support here. I'm kind of finding another bottom. So we could just build up some structure and actually maybe push up. This is your level to look at. We've already tested. But yeah, I don't see a huge move happening right now. It's setting up structure. We got very low volume. As you can see, we're actually been declining over time as it's actually coming down here, which is a good sign for an actual rebound and pushing back up, right? So yeah, just wait for a little bit of structure. At the moment, we can even add this in here. We've come to that 618, which is a nice test. So a little bit of a spike up in volume, which is good. Let me have a look on the hourly. What about US 30? I'll have a look for you in a second, my man. So 0618 test, nice test, but yeah, I mean that 4 hours looking better. The 1 hour is actually not looking too great. So 618 test. Just wait and hold for some structure to build up. We could even push towards that 786 and build up and push up. Ideally, what you want to see is positive structure with positive kind of increase in buy side volume, kind of indicating okay, buy side momentum's picking up here, to make that push. But yeah, like I said, higher time frame, we're finding support again, as you can see from this kind of decent level of support. So it's just building up some structure, but I do see it potentially making that push up higher here. Just because I'm expecting the overall market to actually slowly, incrementally push up higher as well. So yeah. So low volume means it can restructure higher. Yes and no. Okay, so the low volume comes in from. Okay, so we're moving downwards, right? So that's the direction of price currently, and we've got volume declining. Okay, what does that mean? Momentum is weakening. Okay, we are at this kind of key level of support. So realistically, you actually need sell side and volume and overall volume to really pick up to actually make that break of this strong level of support. You're not getting that. Okay, and you're seeing this rebound, so it actually kind of indicates okay, the sellers are weakening here because of the volumes declining. So you got a good chance that okay, if the buyers start to pick up, okay, that's where I say okay, on the lower time frame, you want to see those buyers kind of pick up with positively structuring price. Could be a good indication. Okay, we're making that move up higher. Yeah, that's the way I'm seeing things, especially kind of in the overall market anyway. Gradually pushing up higher slowly. But yeah, hopefully that answers your question. Okay, so we got US 30. Let's have a little look. Things are pushing up. Okay. Just need to check things. I'm in positions here, so I've got gold slightly pushing up higher here. Okay, so we got US 30. Where is that? There we go. Um, Alright, so let me have a look at what TA have already got on here first. Strong trend line. Okay, where have we come to? Kind of got a double top there, pushing back down. Let me have a little look, up and down. I think we still got a little bit more room to come down. Ideally, I think that 618 is a nice area to look at for a test. Just here. The buy side's very weak as well. So higher time frames indicating for a sell-off. Yeah, push towards that area, that 618 level. There's a nice kind of order block here, just here. Can you see? And we're at that previous structure. It's a nice area of potential support. Yeah, see. Let me recorrect this. Can actually push anywhere in between this area. That's ideally where I'm looking for nice support. Yeah, see how volume's just completely died off at that point. I'm kind of at this like level of resistance. Just here, see how we tapped in to that liquidity come back down. So looking at potentially, I mean, we can go for another test of this area, but I'm looking for a move towards that area there. Things are dying off. See how the buyers completely died off there. So they need to come in hot to make that push up there, tap into liquidity. But essentially, I think this is gonna come down. especially with the overall market, and the outlook on the overall market isn't great. Um, yeah, the chances of it actually coming down kind of heavier. Yeah, I mean, you're just ranging, building up some structure here. You just need that big kind of volume to come in. So yeah, I mean, essentially coming down. If we push up, I mean, this is your area to break. If you break through here and close above, then I mean, we're pushing towards kind of that trend line as well as this area just here. So we got ETH, USD here. Let me have a look. I haven't had a look in a while. Gold's pushing back up. Okay, so we're not holding on to this area. So now ideally we want it to hold here. I've got this at 173 just there. So, I mean, we'll see. I mean, it's kind of rebounding off that area, so it could very much push up higher. Let me have a look at elsewhere. Okay. Okay. Making a little bit of a turn here. That's alright. ETH, USD. Okay. You make it sound much more simpler, which helps in contrast when I watch other people on the internet trade. They like using like big words. Yeah. That's kind of our trading strategy in general, is keeping things nice and simple. We don't overcomplicate it. We went through the whole journey in terms of trying to work out what works, what doesn't work, and going through all of these complicated indicators here. And we kind of just reverted back to, okay, just keep it nice and simple. Watch what price action does, follow the smart money, which volume helps you to do so, and understand kind of the changes, the small changes. So yeah, nice and simple. Obviously, we just use price action, your volume, your moving averages, your Fibonacci's, your order blocks, and that's essentially all that we use. It's very simple. We're not overcomplicating things. So yeah, nice and simple, mate. What was I doing? Ethereum. By the way, guys, thank you very much for the follows and likes on the stream. Very much appreciated. Like I said, I mean, we're here. Well, we've got 3 official sessions that we come and trade live. So you got your London Open, your New York Open, as well as your New York Close. So essentially, you could see us 3 times a day here live. Now we do send out market updates. Unfortunately, we've stopped sending market updates to TradingView, but yeah, we still do send market updates out. But yeah, live streams are still on the go here, so you can see us a few times a day. Euro USD, let's go for a shot. I'll have a look in just a second. So Ethereum, let me just dive into this. Now, the last update that we done on this, right? We had 1800 as resistance. Obviously, we came up. See how we actually came perfectly to that order block right there and tapped it for liquidity. Now, it's a relatively small order block. I mean, very kind of weakish volume. So we found resistance. And I think I'm just looking at the same thing happening on Ethereum as Bitcoin. Just following its kind of natural trend line almost. You can have it, I mean, you can have it that way. You can also, it's not the most clear, but I'll probably just have it like that. But yeah, just ranging, as you can see, we're just building up structure. Now we could breach, we could come down a little bit more. Now obviously Ethereum is relatively more volatile than Bitcoin, so if Bitcoin makes a bit of a decent move, your altcoins are going to move heavier. But essentially, you could actually be looking at 2,000 Ethereum if Bitcoin decides to actually make a decent push towards 30 to 32k. But yeah, just building up structures. You can see I can even get rid of that. This is kind of your level that you're holding at. It's already tapped to liquidity here, so we could just literally stick to this range here and then either break up or break down. There's more liquidity at this level over here, so Yeah, just I don't expect too much movement. Okay, it's going to be relatively tight range on Ethereum, and then depending on which way the market actually makes a stronger move to, you'll see it a move in Ethereum. But I've got my top on Ethereum at 2100 and 2000. Um, this is your trend line to keep an eye on. If this trend line gets broken, coming all the way down, that's your long-term trend line that you're looking at holding to continue in a positive structure. If that breaches, if it comes down, you can say goodbye to Ethereum. We will be coming towards that $1,000 range. Um, so hopefully that answered your question. Euro, dollar. Let's have a little look. Things are recovering a little bit. Nice, just how we like it. Okay, pushing up a little bit higher. No worries. I mean, in terms of this level here, see how we kind of come up to this order block here and tap for liquidity. Um, that's good, and we done that twice, right? We just needed to hold this level now. Just push past it a little bit. But I mean, yeah, sometimes you get those little overextensions, which is to be expected. Um, Let me go euro dollar. How much do you reckon how much do you reckon I start trading with first? I have almost 2k profit from long-term plays. Right, if you're literally just getting into the trading game, okay, the best thing for you to do is instead of going in and burning cash, right, on attempting to learn how to trade, right, or attempting to make profit trading. Just you need to learn the fundamentals. You need to learn the basics. It's going to save you the money in the long run, and it's going to save you time. Okay, and you can't put a price on your time. So use that money and just kind of get a quick sort of crash course, essentially. That puts you in the right direction, and then you can go and throw a little bit of money, just kind of understanding the feeling around that kind of the emotions when it comes to trading, because your long-term plays and the emotions with your long-term plays aren't as regular, for instance, as if you're planning on day trading. This is something that happens all the time, and you need to essentially kind of understand that feeling, understand how you can prevent yourself at putting or getting yourself into those positions where you become very emotional in trading, because that's where things go wrong. That's where you lose money. So yeah, just go and learn a strategy that works, essentially. Sorry, euro dollar. Go back on FX. But touching on your point, I mean, if you made 2k profit in long-term plays, you keep that going. You keep that going, because that's good. That's really really good. So well done. But the last thing that you need is to burn that going into trading. So be wise with it and use that money. Go and learn a proper strategy with that money that you made, and then go and play around with some cash. Otherwise, you're just going to burn all that profit trying to trade or day trade. So we got euro dollar. Let's have a little look. Um, this was a nice reaction from the buyers there. We've come down. I think that's looking like the 382. Yeah. So we come and tested that 382, and we saw a bit of a reaction. Now it's come up and it's tested this area for liquidity. As you can see, that order block tested once and actually tested twice when I was seeing a bit of a drop. Now This is your liquidity down below. That lines up nicely with previous level of resistance just there. You can also place it just above that candle. So you got that area there where, look, that's where the liquidity is being held at on the bottom end, just here, right? And this is the top end. Now you also do have this area of resistance at 200 moving average. Now this is very much on the higher time frame, as you can see we're on the weekly, so you just need to kind of work out where are our strong levels of resistance and support. Let me just make these boxes a little bit nicer. There we go. Came and tested and held this area of support. Now we've rebounded back up and now we're coming back down. Tested this previous area of resistance as new support here. So, I mean, yeah, the same thing is going to happen as kind of Ethereum. We're just looking like it's going to range a little bit, build up some structure. Have a little look. Testing that 0.5. Could come down a little bit deeper here and then kind of push up. I don't see a crazy move. You're going to have to let prices kind of play out a little bit longer. I mean, obviously, the markets have only just opened. So, yeah, structure is going to be built up. Got a relatively weak buy side, so it does look like we're going to make a little bit of a deeper push down. Potentially towards that 618 there. So, I mean, if you want to take a really, really quick short-term position, then, I mean, yeah, it does look like we could make that move there. But essentially, we're just going to build up structure and then either push back towards that top of the range or back down. Overall volume's kind of declining there, as you can see. Yeah, it's just going to range, build up structure. There's no definitive move right now. Obviously, it's Monday. Your big money flow days are Tuesday as well as Wednesdays. Now we're not getting a whole load of data. We do get. Let me have a look at the economic calendar again. Andrew Bailey speaks today. Andrew Bailey speaks tomorrow. We do get a FPC meeting this week, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, so we got on Wednesday, we got Bank of England's FPC minutes meeting. So could see a little bit there. Apart from that, there isn't much, to be honest. All of your data this week comes in on Thursday and Friday. Thursday, Spanish CPI, German CPI, EU consumer confidence, EU inflation expectations, UK inflation letter, US PCE prices, US GDP, US jobless claims, Japanese yen CPI, retail sales. That's all on Thursday. Your Friday is China PMIs, so your manufacturing, your services PMI comes in there. UK GDP, German retail sales, French CPI, German unemployment, EU CPI, and then your big US PCE price index on Friday. When I watch people trade, the stock price is moving up and down every second, displaying profit loss every second. Is that just a different website? Or how does one see that? That's because they've either got their broker linked to the chart or they're using paper trading. So if you click down here, see, so they'll connect the broker to TradingView, so you can either use paper trading, which a lot of people use, or they've actually got their broker connected to here. So yeah, that's when you see if they've entered a position. That's when you see. So like for instance, crypto, I think there's only a couple of exchanges that actually work and connect to TradingView. So a lot of the time, if people are trading your crypto sort of pairs, it's and you're seeing it on here, it's going to be paper trading really. I think BitGet does connect to TradingView, but I don't use that. So yeah, my brokers aren't connected to you, so you won't see that. But going back to it, sorry, I kind of left it halfway. Euro dollar. Yeah, I mean the majority of data is coming in Thursday and Friday, but we do get a little bit. So we could see a bit of movement on Wednesday. I'm not seeing a great deal of movement at the beginning of this week. To be honest, I think it's going to be relatively slow movement. There's a little bit of data. I mean, tomorrow we get Australia's retail sales. And a little bit of US data, US consumer confidence, which will be good to see. BOJ's CPI, and we do get Andrew Bailey speaking. So anything to do with your kind of. Okay, so we've been cut out here. Bear with me. I've taken an L on yeah, pound dollar, unfortunately. What was I saying? Yeah, Andrew Bailey speaks tomorrow. Well, today and tomorrow, so we should see a little bit of movement on the pound pairs. So yeah, keep a close eye on things. This is looking like we're gonna push up much higher. So um, yeah, it looked good. Unfortunately, it didn't materialize. Found support here, pushed right back up. So could still push up a little bit higher towards here. So we'll look at another potential entry if it does. But yeah, gold on the other hand is nicely moving. Thank you for the likes and follows as well, guys. Very much appreciated. I mean, FTM's just tweeting around profit, well, around break even. Well, hopefully, we can get a nice move. Currently up 15%, so it's not too bad. Gold is starting to materialize nicely. See how we came up and tested kind of that area there, moving back down. So hopefully, we can kind of just break through this previous low at 1966 ish, and then I can just move my stop loss straight to break even. I'm risk free. Yeah, see, it's just a very nice reaction on that candle to move straight back up. But see, this is kind of your next level of resistance. So just let it play out. Sometimes it goes your way, sometimes it doesn't. It's just one of them. It's trading. But you see how your dollar is flipped over. So that's why it's given that volatility there to push up. Your dollar's decided to make a push back down. But again, this is just building structure. And we're either breaking up or we're breaking down. You see how hopefully we can kind of compress and make a breakup higher. Be ideal. But I mean, even crypto, I mean, it's hardly moving. Very slow price action. This is looking good though. See how gold plays out. Ba, ba, ba. Hello, Jimmy. How you doing? It's pretty slow morning. We'll see. Market should start to pick up some movement shortly. Just need to make that breakdown lower. We're in the goods. Do you have a VIP channel? You'll have to message me privately in regards to that. Yeah, I can't give you that info over the stream, unfortunately. Otherwise, I will get banned. So if you wish to get an answer, message me privately and we can go from there. If you just click on my name, a little message icon will come up with it. Very slow price action. Very, very low volume. Very low volume. Again, as mentioned, I'm not expecting huge moves this week. Um, Normally, how markets structure up, right? Your first and kind of your first week of the month isn't. It's a lot. Well, the first and last weeks of the month, it's market kind of restructuring up. Your middle weeks of the month are the best weeks to trade. Okay, that's where structure is kind of clear. There's more direction. That's where you can capitalize a lot on decent amount of trades and well opportunities and profits. There's the middle weeks of the month. Those are the best weeks to trade. Now, in terms of the way that your market week is structured, Tuesday, Wednesdays are normally your big money flow days. So that's where you see larger moves, larger volume, more volatility. I mean, take that with a pinch of salt because it also kind of does depend on the news that comes out for that week. So again, that's why we always send out a economic calendar Saturday, Sunday for the week ahead, so you can kind of structure your week and understand. Okay, am I expecting big news to come out? Let's say on a Wednesday, on a Thursday. If that's the case, a lot of the time, what markets will do is actually maybe open up with a decent move, and then in between that and the day that you get a release of an important data point, you just kind of get this really low volume, slow movement, restructuring sort of price action. Because markets obviously are kind of holding back and anticipating. So anything like a CPI figure or an NFP report or an interest rate decision or an FOMC meeting, something like that. Markets maybe normally a day or two before. Again, depends on what day of the week it lands on, but they'll just kind of cool off and just kind of hold up. So yeah, that's why it's always important to kind of plan your week ahead of time by having a look at, okay, am I expecting a CPI figure to come out this week, or am I expecting an interest rate decision to come out, or a report? Yeah, you got to get in the habit. Da, da, da. See how things kind of play out. Seeing a little bit. See how we're kind of finding support. We're going to move up. Let's see. Hopefully we can hold this point even up here. We'll see. By the way, I'm not in on a short on Bitcoin, so I'm just scouting something out. See how well it holds. In terms of crypto, we're short on FTM and short on gold. So we'll see how things kind of play out. But yeah, but right, yeah, we'll leave it there, guys. Prices are moving slowly, so we just gotta let it warm up, do its thing, and then we can go again. But yeah, I mean, let's see what we can get. I'll be back for a New York Open live stream, so in about 4 or 5 hours, it's about midday UK time. But yeah, those that joined us, okay, thank you very, very much for joining me. Unfortunately, I mean, markets are just warming up right now. Obviously, we've taken some positions, so we will be holding. Those that are with us, obviously, we'll keep you updated. Those that are not, hold up, wait until we come back live, and then we'll, if anything's changed, we'll let you know in that live stream. But yeah, as always an absolute pleasure. Let's see what we can get. So last week of the month, start of the last week of the month as well. So yeah, let's see what we can get. This month has been absolutely amazing to us. Very, very good month. So those that got involved, well done. So yeah, we'll see you in a bit. Okay, thank you.